All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to another episode of the Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 121. Today, it's going to be a fun one. We got a lot of racing action that started off the month of May this weekend. Unbelievable racing, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. IndyCar at Barber. We had Formula One at Miami, NASCAR at Texas, which probably the biggest downer of the weekend. um, but then also at the end of this podcast, we'll be basically previewing the races this weekend. We got World Endurance Championship racing. We got IMSA racing at Laguna. Some more NASCAR at Kansas and IndyCar at Indy Road Course for the beginning of the month of May. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited, man. It's the month of May. But I got Tom here with me on the podcast here on this Tuesday. Tom, how we doing, man?
Um, we're okay. Struggling a little bit, but we're here, baby. We're here.
I feel it. I'm still trying to recover from my sickness from Talladega. I came on here last week boldly on this podcast on Tuesday and said, we're going to feel way better by next week. And then I proceeded to have like 5 days of just absolute misery with the worst headaches and just allergies. I would probably just round it up to, but yeah, it's been rough. But they saving grace when I'm laying on my deathbed this weekend is I got a lot of racing to watch, and that made it worth it. So we'll get into that here with you guys here tonight. Also, I was one other thing I did have to say. I was listening to Ido Sports Radio earlier yesterday when I was working, and they were talking like this is the worst part of the year because the sports are just not that good. We have NHL playoffs, we got NBA playoffs, and a little bit of golf, and that's about it. Like, what is people watching these days? There's nothing to watch. And like, I was like, dude, these guys, bro, it's the month
Hmm.
of freaking May, bro. Like, it is literally motorsports month. Like if you're not interested in watching any other stuff on TV, bro, you should be glued into TV to watching motorsports because this weekend, boy, we got a lot to talk about, man. It was a fun weekend of racing, especially on Sunday. I'll get, I'll, I mean, Tom, Sunday was freaking awesome, dude. I woke up early. I think I woke up at like 6:30, 7 a.m., something like that. Got up in time to watch IndyCar warm up. And then after IndyCar warm up, it was the Indy NXT race. Got to watch that in its entirety. And then there was like an hour or something gap between that and the IndyCar race. And I was like, well, shoot, what's on TV? So I start scrolling in, and on CBS, guess what? They had a Formula E race in Monaco on. So I got to watch that entire thing, which was, I got a whole lot of talking points about that, which is, holy cow, what a race that was. And then after that, I mean, boom, we're right into IndyCar race, and then boom, we're right into the F1 race, and then whatever that series races on Sundays, it goes in ovals, it wrecks all the time is on after that. So it was fun. It was a good day of Sunday. Alrighty. I say, Tom, let's get into a little bit of news first, right? I think the first thing we should talk about is that the rumors that going around with Colapinto replacing Jack Doohan. I think this is well overdue. I personally, I think we both came on the podcast last year multiple times and we said this Colapinto kid. We were like, first our opinion was, what did he do in F2? Like nothing. I mean, I can't remember any memorable moments of him in F2. I think he might have won one sprint race one time. Uh, and then he jumps in F1 and has this insane couple starts last year. And I'm sold, man. I think that he's definitely going to be a step up to any team he goes to.
Yeah, I think that Colapinto is. Um, I don't. I don't know what he can do with Alpine, but I mean, what he did with Williams last year was pretty impressive. Taking it from Logan Sargent and actually being competitive. Spurts of competitiveness. I mean, other times he was crashing, but regardless, I mean, you saw some talent there, especially in the Williams car last year. So yeah, I think that I think he. I mean, I don't know. Doing I can't sit here and say that Doohan needs replaced. Doohan, did he deserve that seat in the first place? I don't really think so, but still, he got the seat. It's not. I don't feel like it's like this Liam Lawson deal.
No.
I don't, because Liam Lawson didn't deserve to ever go to Red Bull. He needed to chill out and race in the Racing Bulls for a little bit. But um, doing has done well. Well, I think well is an overstatement. He's done okay with what he's got with Alpine. Australia being the outlier, but you know, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him. He only got 6 races. I mean, like, where's he gonna go? He's not a prospect anywhere else. Maybe IndyCar? That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. Here's the deal. I think that Colapinto is an upgrade, but, like, I don't think we got to see a true Jack Doohan just because inexperience.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think my evaluation of F1 drivers though is if you are with like say Alpine or well, I can't really say that about Williams anymore. We'll talk about that later. But with you, for one of these teams that doesn't score points on a regular and you're not the primary driver, the best you could do is be the best B driver possible. Like in my opinion, I think George Russell is probably the best B driver in modern F1 history. I mean, I've said it multiple times on this podcast. Like, if you're gonna compare it, like he always is gonna qualify where he qualifies, and he's always gonna finish basically right where he qualifies. He's not gonna improve unless random stuff happens to give him free spots, and he's not gonna fall back either. I mean, that is kind of your gold standard, is your George Russells, right? And so if you're like Jack Doohan, you've got to be able to improve to a point where, like, hey, we're qualifying 15th every week. And if you could consistently qualify 15th on the grid, maybe do a little bit better every once in a while, maybe you go one spot lower. If you could be right there in that ballpark and you consistently finish right there, then you've done your job, I feel like, as a B driver. And Jack Doohan's had a lot of weird incidents this year. I mean, he had that wreck at the opener in Australia. This weekend got ran over by Liam Lawson, which we got a lot to talk about with Liam Lawson this weekend. It's just like those little things. It felt like he was never at his peak, and he was never offered the opportunity to hit his peak either. Like you said, with 6 races, I feel like we never really got to see full Jack Doohan. But that's Formula One, man. That's that
Yep,
money
it is
talks,
Formula One.
bullshit walks, man.
That's right.
All right. The next one I want to talk about is the NASCAR Championship weekend being a revolving door of tracks over starting in 2026. I mean, we've said it, man. We've said this forever.
It's good. That's the best thing that you can do for a championship race. There's nothing else better you can do. I mean, that's like the best decision NASCAR has made in years.
I agree. I think it should be like the NFL draft or the Super Bowl, right? I think the cities need to bid on the track, and you bid on it 3 years out. So it's like, hey, Vegas wants the championship round. Well, it's not available until 2029. Well, they put their money in now. They get on a wait list, right? Miami pays, Phoenix pays. I mean, those are great markets, dude. Miami, Phoenix, Vegas. As much I hate the Texas track, but I mean Austin. I mean, that's a good market too. Fort Worth, Dallas area. Just you pay that amount to go there, or even we could take it to a road course. Like let's say that I don't know. Let's say some track in California, like Laguna Seca bids for a championship round, and they're not even on a NASCAR schedule. Like, can you imagine like San Francisco bids on it and they get it with Laguna Seca? Like,
anything but Atlanta, please.
Yeah, anything but Atlanta. Exactly. I feel like there should be like some like population requirements, right? Like we don't want a Martinsville championship weekend. Like there's no way that should be a thing. Like the championship weekend should be like this big celebration for. Like Nashville should get a chance to bid. Nashville would be a perfect location for a championship race weekend.
That'd be a great race, actually.
It would actually be probably perfect. Exactly. Yeah. It's like things like that. I agree. And I think, yeah, if you do it with a 3-year bid process, so you got to bid 3 years in advance to secure your spot, and then say 4 cities come to bid at the same time, then it goes into a wait list or whatever. Or maybe they play some under the table extra money to throw to the teams, and maybe they can petition to get it moved up, on the bid. I think that'd be cool, man. I think that would be ideal. I love it, especially bringing diversity to the chamber or to the playoffs. I mean, I used to think back in the Chase era, I thought some of the best races were in the Chase era, and that was before the playoff system we have now. And I don't think the playoff system I mean, I don't really want to get into it, but I think that you make the entire playoffs kind of this thing, and even bidding on like the second to last race should be a thing too, or even like the playoff opener would be a cool. Like for the smaller tracks or smaller markets to be able to bid on a playoff opener, like take it to New Hampshire, take it to Kansas, take it to, any of the smaller markets. So, yeah, I think it's a big dub. All right. You wrote down a little bit more news before I jump.
Oh yeah. Here. This is huge news, actually. Flavio Briatore is back in F1 with Alpine. If anybody doesn't remember, the circumstances surrounding this guy, I think it was 2008. No, it was 2011. Yeah, with the Renault team at Singapore, the crash gate that they had there to get Alonso up in points. He was banned indefinitely from FIA activities. FIA even went as far as anybody who was being managed, any driver that was being managed by this guy, they will not renew super licenses with them. That's how far the FIA went. Now he's a team principal. Some 13, 14 years later. That's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, he's back in F1, and Alpine's sinking the ship once again. And yeah, I cannot wait to watch this shit show. I just hope that Gasly gets a ride somewhere else.
I agree. It doesn't. I didn't have the FIA having forgiveness in their heart on my 2025 motorsports bingo card.
I mean, Ben Sulayem still works there, so
that's true. Oh man, that's
funny. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's like allowing who's that NASCAR driver that got accused for doing meth?
Oh, Jeremy Mayfield? Yeah.
Jeremy Mayfield. That's like Jeremy Mayfield coming back into the field and running NASCAR sanctioned events.
Yeah, right?
That's what it's like. Exactly.
That's hilarious. Alrighty. Yeah. That's some big news. That's actually some huge news. I did not. Yeah, to have the FIA actually reinstate someone or allow them to come back, that's insane to me. I wouldn't.
That's crazy.
Never predicted that. All right, that's all the news I had for this week. We'll jump right into some race reviews from this weekend's races. We had, obviously, the Truck Series on Friday, racing at Texas for the SpeedyCash.com 250. I just want to say, Tom, Corey Heim is on another level this year, man. Like, it just, yeah. I feel like he is just matured a lot, I guess would be a good way to put it. He had so many, like, really hot-headed moments, I guess, over the last few years that kind of cost some chances at the championship. We remember the one with Hocevar, obviously. There were some other smaller ones that came in compass with that as well. But, dude, he was dominant in this race. He didn't lead the whole race, but something like anytime he was off strategy with people trying to do strategy calls for track position, he was able to fight his way back to the field. Grant Enfinger looked like a strong challenger early and kind of faded. We saw Raja Caruth come on late. Daniel Hemrick that kind of came on late, was battling up in that mix. And then trying to think of the other guy that was up there battling with them at the very end. I know Friesen kind of worked his way up. But I mean, unbelievable. I mean, high. And then didn't he get announced there? Or maybe it was a fake rumor or whatever. But Denny Hamlin for 2026, 2311. I saw that on X the other day, and I didn't even repost it because I thought it was fake.
Probably fake.
Yeah, I felt like it was
I got duped a couple times this week.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
I get duped every once in a while. I try not to post too much.
Here's what I got with Heim, though, is, yeah, I'm not taking away about what he's doing this year, but what's his true competition?
That's true. That's true. I mean, the Truck Series, we said it in the offseason. That was our pre-NASCAR Series review. We said this is the weakest year for the Truck Series.
Yeah. We've got Chandler Smith, which is, I mean, almost fought for a championship last year in the Xfinity Series. We've got Daniel Hemrick with just the pure experience that he has, not because he can't. I mean, he can hardly win a damn thing. Who? I mean, truly, who? I mean, Enfinger, veteran of the Truck Series,
yeah,
with lackluster equipment. Crafton on his way out.
Friesen, who's just falling off a cliff.
Friesen can't freaking. I don't know what's going on in that camp, but that is depressing as hell.
Lane Riggs, who just gets NASCAR,
yeah,
basically,
yeah, yeah. Riggs. I mean, who else? I mean,
that's
seriously,
it. That's it. I mean, there's nobody else to name.
I mean, this is Heinz championship to lose.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to get to. So he should be winning pretty much every race this year. Right? You know, it would be disappointing if he had anything less than 6 wins this year. I really do think that. But here's the real question. Is he cup capable? Because he is on the 2311 driver development route. Is he?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say, dude. It's really hard to say.
Is he wasting a year in trucks?
I mean, people could have said the same thing about Hocevar, but if you compare Hocevar to Heim, who do you think is better? Just raw talent, raw speed. I think it's Hocevar all day.
Yeah, I think it's Hosor.
And
That's
he
my pick.
wasted a year in trucks. But the only think reason he wasted a year in trucks because he didn't have a win yet. I think he wanted to win a race, or they wanted him to
Yeah.
see if he could win a race. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if he is Cup ready or not, but
I don't know, man. Heim's just kind of like one of those weird ones, you know?
he's kind of forgotten, dude, because he was the class in front of Jesse Love. He
Yeah.
was the one
Yeah,
that was in
exactly.
that 20 car dominating ARCA before Love got in it and did the same thing the year after. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to think back that far because it feels like Love's a veteran of the Xfinity series at this point. But he was pre Jesse Love. Like, it's crazy to think that much, like that far into the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, dominant performance. He did have to fight his way back at the end of that race for that late race restarts. A lot of shenanigans. I got to nominate Gio Ruggiero in the truck series. We saw this in the Xfinity series multiple times as well, but he just goes straight into the grass. I mean, when's the last time you saw people driving through the grass at like one of these D-shaped cookie cutter ovals like
Dale Earnhardt in 2013.
this? Oh man, that was just dumb. He ended up taking out multiple people. Like, what was it? Kate Nunica gets taken out. I mean, he had a good
Yeah,
truck. I
they
felt
got a
like
lot.
Brandon Jones felt like a pretty good truck. They got taken out. I do want to talk about Frankie Muniz though, man. He got fired up, dude. When he
Yeah.
because he was running what, top 15. I mean, he was having a
Yep.
damn good run, man. Blew a tire into the wall, gets out of the car, and he's just conversing with himself. I think he probably said every expletive in the English language right there, getting out of that truck. I mean, he was freaking mad, dude. I was waiting for him to start throwing stuff. Like, I was like, damn, dude, maybe that's a fired up Frankie Muniz right there, dude. I hope he can translate that into his racing, man. If he could take that type of passion and anger to behind the wheel of one of them race trucks, man, I think we might have a driver, dude.
Well, I think he does. He just races for Room Brothers Racing.
Yeah. Imagine what he would
To be
do in a front
honest,
row truck, dude. I feel like he could compete.
imagine what he could do at Nice.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
Imagine what he could do with Thor Sport. You know, I mean, like I feel like he could go to any other team than what he's at right now and have improvement.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like he's like I have that same feeling about Muniz as I did Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
I feel like he can be given the circumstances and potential position that he could be in. And he could take something and soar with it.
I hope so. Excuse me. I don't want to see it flame out like that, career wise. And then last thing I do want to talk about though is Stuart Friesen. Like I mentioned, like this guy is just struggling. I listened to the truck broadcast, but was a couple weeks ago when they were racing at Rockingham, and they interviewed him after the race, and he said, "Man, maybe we just need to get another driver in here because I just don't have it anymore." And again, battling inside the top 5 late in the race, moving through the field, trying to get up to Corey Heim and that battle for the win, loses control of the race truck and ends up taking out Enfinger and Chandler Smith, who were both inside the top 10 with him at the same time. I mean, dude, Stuart Friesen, bro. What a rough turnaround. Like, he looked like 3 years ago, he looked like the greatest driver on planet Earth in the truck series, like the next best thing, winning races, competing for championships, and then now he can't even make a playoffs, can't even sniff victory lane, can't finish a race. Like, it's like it's scarily a lot like freaking Jimmy Johnson, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not comparing Stuart Friesen to Jimmy Johnson, but like the fall off was as harsh or as like rapid as Jimmy Johnson, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Turnaround. Major turnaround.
Also, one last note for this race: that freaking broadcast sucks, man. I can't. I
Golly.
can't. When Jamie Little's the play-by-play, I mute it. I can't. I think I went the first 20 laps listening to it with the broadcast on. I muted it. I couldn't, dude. I couldn't anymore. I just couldn't.
No.
It gave me brain cancer, bro. It was bad.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's awful. Alrighty. I say let's talk about the Xfinity Series race next. The Andy's Frozen Custom 300. Again, another grass crash. Nick Lights, kind of the guy that started that one. There's also another one on the final stage restart with. I mean, that was the big one. I haven't seen the big one at Texas in a while either, but it was a massive one. I think it started with Mayer. I think Mayer was the first one running like third or fourth, goes through the grass, and then like 4 or 5 guys behind him all followed him into the grass, dude. Just like a bunch of sheep going off a cliff, dude. It was like, and then they all pile up into turn 1. I was like, oh my god, man. NASCAR, dude. NASCAR, bro. This is only NASCAR right here. I would say, I don't know. Justin Allgaier looked like he had the best car early until he pulls the biggest bonehead move of the year. I feel like a typical Justin Allgaier move where he runs into the back of freaking Chris Wright, bro. I saw a lot of people on the internet were blaming Chris Wright, and I'm watching the video. Like I said with the what's her name, Catherine Legg incident in Rockingham. Like he running the second lane, bro. He didn't change lanes. He's in the same lane. Like that's all you can do as a lap car. Hold your lane.
Here's the only argument that you can make about this whole situation. All right, it is the job of the passing car to do so safely, and if you can't do it, then I don't know what to tell you. Well, if you can't do it, perfect example happened Saturday. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the gentleman's racing code. That's basically racing code around the world. So, if you've got the faster car, man, make the pass, but don't wreck anybody else. That didn't happen. So that's how I look at it. I mean,
I could have said it better myself. And just lay off of him or off of Chris Wright here for a minute, guys. Like this wasn't his fault. We're gonna have plenty more opportunities to throw freaking ammo at him for the rest of the year. Let's just save it, boys. Let's save the energy. This isn't one we need to waste it on. He'll do something stupid next week, and we can laugh about that one. But this one was definitely Allgaier's fault. And I'm gonna nominate Allgaier as a bonehead of the week for this. I think he deserves it. You're leading the race, and after the final pit sequence, you've got a massive gap over Larson, and then you run over a lap car. It's that simple. You're just stupid. All right, and then obviously Creed, man. Poor Sheldon Creed. I would say there was a lot of good nominees for Bonehead of the Week, but this could have been one. But Creed, he's going off of turn 2, gets loose on the inside, washed up the track, ends up taking himself out. I mean, again, another Creed moment. I mean, he used to be finishing second all the time. Now he can't even finish. Yeah. What? Yeah. I mean, just trying to support Sheldon Creed in 2025 has just become a chore at this point, dude. It's like, it's never going to happen, dude. It's just, I've come to the realization that Creed is never going to win a race in the Xfinity Series. And I've just accepted that fact and I live with it every day. And it's just, it doesn't even shock me anymore. Like the shock factor ain't even there. Like when I saw him wreck off of the turn 2, running 4th, I think, I was stoic. I didn't have anything to say.
Rip.
But yeah, we had a lot of late race cautions, overtimes, blah blah blah, NASCAR bullshit all the time. Kyle Larson wins. I mean, what else is there to say? He fought back on them race starts at the end and wins the race. I mean, congratulations for Hung Money. I think that was the only race he won this weekend. All that hype about him winning those freaking high limit races. You hear all that hype. All them Hung Money fans getting all hung money, and then he doesn't win a single one of them. He gets out bested by Brett Marks on Thursday, and then Rico on Saturday. Like, come on, Larson. Like, yeah. All right. Next, we got to talk about the F1 sprint race because, by God, was this an absolute freaking banger, dude. I mean, it starts off with Leclerc wrecking, right, in the warm-up.
Oh, my gosh.
And you think the car broke? I don't know, man. I've watched it multiple times, and I'm like, part of me's like, I think the car broke because I don't see that on Leclerc, and then other parts like those conditions. I don't know, man. That was just a weird incident, dude.
Yeah. So the only reason why I think he broke is because it wasn't like he was going around a 90-degree corner, and he has some speed to it. Like even if he hydroplaned, the amount of downforce that those cars make, even at low speed, it just kind of seems weird because. I mean, the argument of hydroplaning, can make sense to me, but like he was going around that corner, he had some decent speed, he hit a puddle, but he just went, even though you could see his hands turning to the left, he just continued to go straight. Like so you're telling me there's a whole puddle that length, that width along the outside of that corner? Like I don't really buy that. I feel like something broke. And
yeah,
it really wouldn't surprise me either. It really wouldn't surprise me either, especially with the state of Ferrari. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter. He still wrecked the shit out of it, and he didn't even start the sprint race because of it.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think something had to have broke. I mean, it was just such a weird incident, but I'm trying to think back, like if I've ever hydroplaned on the highway or something like that. I feel like I have at least. I think everybody has at least once. And it's like I feel like you still have some steering, right? Like, yeah,
I mean, it's dependent, but like
right.
regardless, the cars that we're driving versus what he's driving completely different.
Oh yeah, I mean that
Like
basically is a
the
complete
amount of
freaking
downforce,
downforce. Yeah, I mean that's all it
you
is. It's
know?
a reverse airplane. I mean,
Yeah. Like I don't know, it's just weird to me. I think something broke.
I'll go with the me with the lack of knowledge. I'll agree with you. I think something did break. Alrighty. But yeah, so Kimi Antonelli gets the pole for this race, which was an absolute banger of a qualifying lap. I watched that on
Oh my
Friday and
gosh.
I was just floored, dude. I couldn't believe what I had witnessed in that qualifying effort.
Yeah.
He was fast all weekend, qualified P2 for the Grand Prix as well. We'll talk about that in here in a minute, but it goes into turn one, wet conditions. He didn't get that good of a start. Piastri beat him to the apex. I think he drove it in too far. I mean, that's all that's what I'm getting out of it.
Piastri did the same thing to Kimi as he did to Verstappen in the last race.
Facts.
So look at it how you want to look at it, but in reality, that's what happened. Kimi did overdrive turn one. Okay, cool. You know, like whatever. But Oscar definitely playing some mind games, which is cool. I'm not downgrading that. I think when you do stuff like that, it just makes the field more competitive, more dramatic. And you know, some human emotions go into it. If you heard Kimi Antonelli after the race, he was fucking pissed. You know, like I think it was great.
And then Piastri completely forgot about what happened in that jet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, so Piastri takes the lead. What was it? Lando snuck into P2, and it was basically those two in the front of the field. I mean, they pulled a massive gap, even in the wet, which kind of surprised me. Well, it doesn't surprise me. That Red Bull dude is absolute dog water, dude. We'll talk about it with the Grand
Yes.
Prix here in a minute, but dude, Max is doing the Lord's work right now, dude. Like it is, he is channeling his like 2023 Ryan Blaney right now, dude. Just like he is absolute. Should be sponsored by Caterpillar, Peterbilt, Husqvarna. It feels like they don't even have speed anyway as well. So it's like, I mean, yeah, Max just doesn't stand a chance. And then that pit sequence, right? When Verstappen, they try to release him. And then I see this doesn't make sense to me. We've seen unsafe release in Formula One a lot recently. Like, I don't think they've missed a single one over the last 3 years, right? Feels like every time we see one, it gets called. And Max doesn't get one. Or no, he did. He did get a 5, right? Did he get a 5? I'm trying to remember now. Dang it. I don't know if he got a 5 or
Who?
not. When Verstappen on that final pit sequence, when he comes out of the pit box, they release him, and Antonelli's coming in to make his service. He ends up running into Antonelli.
Yeah,
Antonelli
he
missed his
had like a
box.
5-second
Yeah, I'm thinking he
penalty.
did get a 5 now I'm thinking about it. For some reason, I don't know. There's so much racing this weekend. It's all blending together. But yeah, it really screwed up Antonelli. He didn't even score points in this race. And that was the biggest disappointment for me because he qualifies pole and it's just all these circumstances
Yeah.
stacked up from not even to score points in the sprint race, which he deserved. And then what we see, let me see. Was it yeah, it was Sainz coming through that little chicane right there before they go into the underpasses, and he ends up hitting the inside wall with that left rear tire, ends up getting a puncture, goes around. Debris all over the track, right? No safety car. No freaking safety car. But then when Alonso wrecks, they instantly throw the safety car, but they didn't throw the safety car until after Piastri had pitted, and then gave Lando a free pit stop under safety car, which handed Lando the win.
Yep.
That's the way I see it. Maybe I got to throw my damn tinfoil hat on, but I think they screwed freaking Piastri out of this win.
They did.
Why was the safety car? Piastri is over here screaming like there's freaking debris, and you can see it on the broadcast. There's like freaking wing pieces in that little chicane. I think part of the rear tire was hanging off into the. I mean, Piastri had to miss the chicane one lap to not hit the debris, but no safety car.
Yep. Channeling their inner NASCAR, baby.
I mean, what is happening? Well, that goes to the whole thing, right? Which I feel like we should just talk about this now, because I was going to talk about it during the Grand Prix, but I feel like we just need to talk about this now because it is actually starting to piss me off a little bit. It's starting to make these races almost unwatchable. The absolute knee-sitting appendage riding that they have done for freaking Lando Norris and Zach Brown and McLaren is just, dude, if you didn't know Piastri drove for McLaren, you wouldn't even know he was part of the team. I mean, what? Like, Piastri in the Grand Prix passes for Verstappen, and then they're like, you said it great, right? They're like, oh, fantastic move, but not knowing there's DRS involved. They make no real big deal about it with the battle for the lead. But then when Lando tries for, God, it felt like freaking half my lifetime to get by Max Verstappen. He finally makes the move with DRS, and they just spent the next 3 minutes talking about how awesome Lando is. What a freaking move and generational talent this guy is. And it's like, this man can't even beat his teammate. His teammate.
No.
I mean, Crofty,
the absolute
Brundle, bro. Come on.
Yeah, the absolute mouth breathers on the internet right now talking about how much Lando Norris is getting screwed by McLaren right now is just beyond me. It's beyond me. Look, I put a post out there on X a couple days ago, and it gained quite a bit of traction. But it's like all of you Lando Norris fans that are just going apeshit right now about what's going on with Lando Norris. It's like watching a show, watching Jersey Shore. Just because of the theatrics and dramatics that you guys put into your tweets and what you're spewing. Some of you absolute buffoons went out there and emailed info@mclarenf1team.com and told them that you guys are screwing over Lando Norris.
I saw that.
That's buffoonery. You guys are clowns. Can you believe that?
You can't make it up.
Imagine being such a couch Wookie that you sit there on race weekends to watch Lando Norris win a race, to go and email the F1 McLaren team and tell them that they're not treating Lando Norris well? Buffoons! You guys are crazy. You guys are absolute, like, silverback gorillas. You guys are just morons. Like, I don't, like, how else do you, this is like a Jimmy Spencer segment of the Speed Channel, where he's just talking about the stupidness of every single NASCAR race that went on that weekend. I mean, this is just, I don't, like, geez, we need, like, Andrew Tate to come in here and commentate some of the freaking tweets that you guys send out. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Well, these people live in, like, this small bubble, right?
Yeah,
so it's like everything they're listening to and talking about, it's being heard by this bubble that's protecting them. And so when realists start posting stuff, they take such offense to it, and they start taking people as hating on Lando. I mean, there's just all this, because he's a British driver and all this stuff that it's like they favoritism to Piastri and Max gets away with everything. He's the sole it's like they live in this bubble, Tom. And it's like once it ggets infiltrated, they lose their minds. They're losing their minds.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like, there's probably most definitely something wrong in their heads. Like, we're talking IQ low 70s, low 60s. I mean, we're talking like, I don't know, that dude that used to go on the Howard Stern show all the time, that couldn't even speak a sentence in English, or couldn't even comprehend a question. Beetlejuice, yeah. It's like that. I just, like, wow, just wow.
It's unbelievable, dude. It's actually unbelievable, especially. Zach Brown doesn't make it any better either, dude. Like, he is just such a clown. What was it after the sprint race when Lando wins? He's over here with his iPhone and his like 14-year-old girlfriend or whatever standing next to him, and he's trying to take a picture, and he's like, "Hey, Lando, come over here, buddy. And Lando comes over, and Oscar's standing there, and he's like, oh, yeah, I guess you too, bud. And then he puts his arm around Lando, and then Oscar's just kind of there, you know? I'm just like, dude, that is the most awkward bullshit, bro. Like, I couldn't, dude. I couldn't. I mean, I was wearing my F1 hat. It's in the background right there. I was wearing that the other day working, and I don't know. I had my wristband from Talladega on, and the lady noticed my F1 hat and I was like, "Yeah, I just got back from Dega, whatever," talking about it. And she's like, "I don't watch F1, but my brother's like works for McLaren, and he's a huge McLaren F1 fan." I was like, "I hate McLaren," and she just like completely like got all pissed off like a Karen would, just like, and she got all defensive, and I was like, "You don't even watch damn F1. How are you?
Yeah.
You're a cult. It's a cult."
Shut your mouth.
Oh man.
Yeah, y'all are crazy. Like, for real.
There was
How about this?
Cool McLaren
I've got perfect advice for the normal Lando Norris fan. And that is to go outside and touch grass. Because you need it.
I mean, we've said it before though. A lot of it though is these freaking fem cells, man. That's like 80% of it. 80% of it is fem cells, and then the other 20% are just like nubs, man. That's all they are. There's nothing happening above their neck. I mean,
yeah, disabled from the neck up. That's the people that have the disabled tags on their license plates for their vehicles.
I know.
Like, you just know, especially if they drive a Kia, like, you definitely just know, like, they're disabled from the neck up.
Oh, I know. I got mad at a person with a handicap sticker the other day because he parked in one of our spots. It got me so pissed off. Oh man, that's like the fan kit, right? When you get the Lando Norris fan kit, it comes with a Lando Norris hat, a little die cast, and a handicap sticker.
Yes.
Oh man, is there anything else I missed? Oh, the Alonso incident. I did kind of brush that over, but Liam Lawson, dude. This guy goes off the track, off racing line, all four wheels below racing line, and freaking absolutely obliterates Fernando through that little chicane or that one like carousel section. Like, absolutely destroyed him, dude. Like, come on, man. I'm kind of over this whole Liam Lawson experiment, dude. I'm kind of over it. The final safety car was the one, because they didn't call it with signs, and then when Alonso wrecks, they instantly threw it, but that was after the fact that Piastri had pitted, so he was screwed. And it's like, I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but it's like, come on, dude. Like, there's so many, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. You know, maybe it isn't a conspiracy, but it just seems so fishy that we don't throw a safety car for actual debris. Like, we've seen people get hit in the helmet with debris before. Like, there's a reason we instituted the whole Halo system for a reason. It's like, especially in that part of the track. That's such a dangerous part of the track with elevation change with the chicane into a blind corner on an overpass with in rainy conditions. And we're going to not throw a freaking safety car for debris. That blows my mind still to this moment. But
the Liam Lawson experiment needs to be over.
Alrighty. I think that's all I have for the sprint race. I kind of want to jump into some Indy NXT real quick. Hauger dominated. I mean, who saw that coming? Everybody.
Nobody.
Everybody with a brain.
Well, we didn't see it in St. Pete, but
I mean, he obliterated the field, dude. It wasn't even close.
Obliterated.
I mean, it was like taking him behind the woodshed. Old Yeller wasn't standing a chance this week. Oh man! But the one bright side from this race, I do want to point out, this guy jumped up from USF 2000s, which is like the equivalent to ARCA in IndyCar tier system, right? Doesn't even go to USF Pro 2000. Doesn't even do the truck equivalent, right? Goes first career start goes to Barber, which is, I mean, Tom can speak to it. It's a shitty track, bro, to drive. Like it's
terrible.
It's fucking terrible, right? Goes out there in not one of the prime teams, right? He's not racing for Andretti. He's not racing for HMD. Papasavas, rookie, P2, unbelievable. Great run, dude. Driver of the week nominee for me. I put it on the poll. I think he deserves it in his debut. And it's not like he kind of backed himself into it. Like, he ran P2 all day. Nobody had the pace for Hauger, but he was able to hold off Miles Rowe, he was able to hold off Kyle Collette. Or no, Kyle Collette had issues. That's right. But early in the race, he was having to hold him off. And then also Lockie Hughes at the end. I mean, fantastic job, dude. I mean, this kid's got talent. I want to see. He's only running a part-time schedule. I would like to see him get some more opportunities. I think he deserves a shout out. I was impressed. Alrighty. I'm not gonna say the Indiana NXT Championship is over, Tom, but I think it's over, dude.
I think it's over.
Nobody's touching Dennis Hauger, bro. He's unstoppable.
No.
I mean, he should have been in IndyCar this year anyway. I mean, honestly, I don't understand how he ended up going from F2 to Indiana NXT. I don't understand how that happened. He should have been in IndyCar anyway.
Well, it's probably a little bit of the experience.
It's probably the ovals.
And then also the ovals, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
exactly.
Ovals. Yeah. Ovals are going to be a tough transition, but man, I'm kind of becoming a Dennis Hauger fan, dude. He's just chill too. When he gets out, with this post race interview, he gets out of the car, doesn't even look like he was working out or anything. Not a drop of sweat. Got a smile on his face. He's just chill. He doesn't even know what to say. Like, he's just calm, mellow, like
chill.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's the type of driver I like right there. He gets out of the car, didn't even work his ass off at all. He pulled like 20 seconds on second place. Like, I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, he lapped Haley Deegan by like lap 18, which, I mean, doesn't shock me, but yeah, it's unbelievable. Great pace. All right, let's talk about the IndyCar race, Tom, because Hello Palo dominates again, bro. We got to put this in perspective. Win, P2, win in the first 4 races for Alex Palou. I mean, dude, this is generational, dude. I can't remember a time in my lifetime where I remember an IndyCar championship this dominant. Like, this absolute dominant. I mean, it's always coming down to the final race every time. And it feels like Palou could wrap this thing up by August, you know? Like, or end of June or July. I mean,
dude, if you look at the standings right now, he's got like an 80-point lead on second place.
Yeah, I think it's I think it is. I'm gonna take a look at it right now.
It's insane.
60-point lead. But
60.
still.
That's insane. That is insane.
But he would have a bigger lead if Lundgaard wasn't having a career year. Let's be honest. Lundgaard,
yeah, right.
Lundgaard is literally carrying McLaren in IndyCar right now. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is Pato's time to shine."
Pato's year.
It's Pato's year. All the freaking promos, everybody on the internet talking about Pato, and Lundgaard is out here having a career year. I mean, what is it? Lundgaard finished P6, P3, P2, P2 in his races so far?
Lundgaard?
Yeah, I think he finished what?
No, he's on podium every single race.
Well, he didn't podium in St. Pete. I think it was 5th at St. Pete. Maybe 6th.
No, I think he finished 3rd.
No, it was I'm pretty sure it was Palou, Dixon, Newgarden, and then McLaughlin, and then Lundgaard.
Let's see.
But I know he podiumed at Thermal, and then he finished 3rd place podium at Long Beach, and then he finished 2nd here. So I think he's 5th, 3rd, 2nd so far this year.
I thought he's podium every race this year.
No, I know it wasn't St. Pete because that was the Dixon. Newgarden battle.
You're right.
But I think he finished 5th because I think McLaughlin was. Oh, he was 8th there. That's right, 8th.
Yeah, 8th.
And that was big. That was when they put him on the bad tire strategy too, because he was running 6th or 5th at the time, and then they made him put the shitty soft tires on for the last stint for like 25 laps when they were only going like 8 laps on him to begin with. So it's like, I mean, I would take that one with an asterisk because they messed the strategy up. But yeah, dude, Lundgaard, we got. I mean, P2 again. I mean, what an amazing year for Lundgaard, dude. Like me and you were so skeptical coming into this year about this move to freaking McLaren, dude. We're like, he's gonna be the second fiddle to freaking Pato. They're just gonna screw him all the time. And holy shit, dude!
And
here's on his back.
Here's actually, I'm looking at it right now. A cool fact about Lundgaard in this season right now. Every finish that he's had this year has been a career best at that track.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, he's having a career year.
And we haven't even got to his best tracks yet. I mean, we got Indy Road Course this weekend. He could 100% win this weekend. I mean, this is a great track for him. We also have Toronto coming up here in a month or two. That's a great track for him. I mean, really. And then at the end of the year last year, he was starting to figure the ovals out. And now he's in better equipment. So we're going to see exactly where Christian Lundgaard can stand in the championship fight. Because right now, I honestly think it's a Palou and then if Lundgaard can knock off some wins, maybe Palou has a bad race here and there. I mean, I guess we won't really know, Tom, until we get to the oval stretch, because that's the one weakness that I feel like Palou has, is he hasn't got an oval win yet. And Ganassi hasn't been great on the ovals. So, other than that,
Yeah.
dude, it's been dominance. I mean, I think Palou sweeps the month of May. I'm calling it right now. I honestly think that.
Yeah. I hope. He struggles a little bit at Indy. Except what was it, 2 years ago?
He had the best car.
He should have won that race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until VK kind of screwed him up there. Which brings us
VK,
into
yeah.
our next talking point. See how I freaking that was some great planning there, Tom. I don't know how we hit that. But Brinus VK, I think this was his career best race, man. I honestly, the whole race was just watching for Rinus VK, because I knew Palou had it beat. Lundgaard mastered the strategy and had the pace. He pretty much had second locked up. But VK, dude, ran 4th to 6th the entire race through all the strategy sequences. Ends up besting Will Power on strategy. Ends up out-dueling him on an unpreferred tire at that one stint that allowed him to leapfrog Power, and then runs down McLaughlin. I mean, what a freaking weekend by Rinus VK, man. In a Dale Coyne IndyCar.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I can't believe it, dude. I still can't believe it. I mean, I think what in the post-race interview, the reporter said, "Hey, would you say this is your best career result, like your best race of your life? Because your dad said so." And he said, "Well, I wouldn't say so because I've already got a win, but I don't give a damn about that win, dude. Like, if you could do what he did this weekend with that Dale Coyne car, I think that's the greatest drive he's ever had in IndyCar. I'm sold. I mean, and we thought this guy wasn't going to get a ride until like a month before the season started. I mean, unbelievable, dude. I'm excited to see where he could take this momentum. We've seen stints with Dale Coyne before. We saw, what was it, 2 years ago, when we saw Malukas kind of basically burst onto the scene with Dale Coyne. I know Bourdais had his stint with Dale Coyne at one point. Trying to
2017, man. That was a freaking awesome year.
Romain Grosjean had a pretty good stint there with, I think the best year of his entire career was with Dale Coyne, to be honest. And IndyCar was with Grosjean. Yeah. But, man, that's just so cool to see Dale Coyne have a good run this weekend. What else did I miss? I think that was it. Oh, one more thing. Dixon. Scott Dixon, man. He was dead last. He was at the end of the line.
Yeah.
He went on a fuel. He was trying to make it on a 2-stopper, went on a pure fuel save, lost so much time. They bailed on it. Should have ruined his race. Should have never recovered. And you look up at the end of the race, after all the sequences, all the strategies, it's Dixon's 12th. How did that happen? He is the greatest driver of all time, Tom. I'm not even.
Absolutely.
There's nothing he can do that would ever taint that image of him being the greatest. I mean, that was. It wasn't a win. It wasn't flashy, but salvage a P12 out of the day that he had, the weekend he had. Unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, he's Dixon is just a different breed, man. He really is.
I was tempted to put him on driver of the week here, Tom, but I was like, I just can't. Like, I mean, a Dixon, a P12, anybody that looks at it is not going to vote for it because they probably didn't watch the race or two, they just like didn't really care, you know. But I'm like, that was probably the greatest drive of the weekend, in my opinion, was that Scott Dixon drive. That was insane. I mean, I honestly quit looking on the scoring pylon for him because I was like, the strategy's done. He's killed. It's over. Like, he'll be lucky to climb himself into like a 20th place finish at this point. And then it was like probably like 10 to go. I'm like, where's Dixon running? I'm just curious now, you know? And then he's like P14 or something like that. I'm like, how? Like, how did that happen? There's no way. I mean, I don't know. That was great. I enjoyed the weekend with IndyCar. I mean, it wasn't the greatest race per se. Like, we didn't see a whole lot of overtakes, mostly strategy undercuts, overcuts.
Barber, man.
But
it's Barber.
Still enjoyable to an extent. I thought it was a great weekend.
Yeah, it was. Look, when you see a dominating race like that, it can be annoying. Really, it can be annoying. But here's the deal. You gotta somewhat appreciate stuff like that. And I've kind of learned that through lots of time and age and a bunch of other stuff as well. Like I can sit there and watch that IndyCar race and appreciate that Pelot is just on a different level. It was cool seeing McLaughlin. Who was he racing for third again?
With
I forget.
Lundgaard and VK.
Yeah, Lundgaard, and the strategies going on there, the off sequence pit cycling happening and stuff like that. That was really cool as well. Lots of strategy involved in that. But like just seeing Pelot 30 or not 30, but I think it was 20 seconds. 20 seconds ahead of second place was just like jaw dropping because you just don't see that.
It's insane.
You just don't see that.
I think I texted you right after the race, and I was like, I can't believe Zach Brown put Lando Norris in F1 and not Pelot.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Pelot would annihilate the
Dumbass.
field if he was in one of those McLarens right now. Like, Pelot would be Verstappen of like 2 years ago right now if he was in a McLaren.
Absolutely, he would.
Like,
also, hoping that he survived the bad years because you know how driver turnaround is when F1 teams go through bad years.
That's true.
That was the whole reason, like, I was against it because I knew that if Pelot went there, they would have just canned him after the first year. They would have done him like Brendan Hartley or, like Pascal Verline or shit.
Giovinazzi.
Yeah, Giovinazzi. Well, Giovinazzi was there for a long time, and he shouldn't have been. But, it's F1 is really cutthroat. I just don't think that with the bad years that McLaren was having that he would have survived, but I'm glad he stayed. I think he should stay. He's going to be the absolute GOAT of IndyCar in time. Just give it some time. He'll be on that Scott Dixon status in about 5, 6, 7, 8 years. He'll be breaking his record soon. But yeah, I don't know. Look, if Pelot was in Lando Norris's car this weekend, he would have won that race.
100%. 100%. I mean, if he was in Lando Norris' car all season, I think he would have swept the entire season so far. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, he's unbelievable. I guess that's the greedy part of me is I just want to see him hit one chance at F1. Just one. Give him one opportunity. Let's see, man. Because I think Alex Pelot, if he had the opportunity, I think he could be the next Triple Crown winner, man. I really do. I don't think anybody else could. Well, Verstappen would probably be the only other one in the world right now that I could see doing it. And then Zilich. I think Zilich could do it too, but he would never get the opportunity at F1. But, yeah. All right, let's talk about F1. All right, the Miami Grand Prix. I mean, we kind of talked about a little bit of it. Can't go Lando on the start again. Blames Verstappen, or did he? Was it Verstappen that he got into on the first turn? Or I know he just kind of ran himself off the track. I don't think Verstappen did anything wrong, but he bitched and moaned about it. We heard it on the broadcast for 15 freaking minutes while they try to rub one out. Those broadcasters. Unbelievable. Yeah, he goes back like the P6, I think at that point, had to play recovery mode. Liam Lawson, like I said, turn 1, TKO's Jack Doohan. I mean, had no chance of making the corner. Sends it in there anyway and just absolutely wipes out. Or no, it was Doohan on the inside who had the corner. And then Liam just closes it off, just as if he was never there. Ends up taking Doohan's tire down. And then again, Verstappen driving an absolute freaking dump truck. I mean, the fact that he held on for what, 14 laps from the lead, holding off Piastri, for him to do that was just insane, bro. Like, I knew it was a matter of time
fun to watch.
Watching it, but yeah, it was freaking awesome to watch, dude. But I knew it was a matter of time, right? There's no way he was gonna hold off Piastri for that long. And I guess my biggest fear, I think I even texted, I was like, watch Max hold up for Piastri just long enough for Norris to get there. And then McLaren's going to do the opposite of what they did at China. And they're going to just let Norris pass Piastri so he can try to go after freaking Verstappen. When in China, if you guys remember, Piastri was faster than both Max and Lando. And they wouldn't let him go because they had to play the favoritism to their boy. So I'm glad that never came to blows. Piastri just dominated this race. I mean, he was on another level. I think at one point he had like a 10-second gap over Lando. And then that's what pissed me off too. The broadcast, like, look at Lando. He's closing the gap down to 6 seconds now. It's down to 5. And I'm like, dude, Piastri's just cruising, bro. He's not even trying. If Piastri wanted to open it back up again, he would. Like, but they had to just keep doing the whole Lando freaking routine, man. It was just irritating the hell out of me, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. Let's see. I might have lost your audio again. Stupid freaking headset. Every time my headset disconnects, I lose your audio. Let's see. Settings. Okay. Check.
Test.
We got you again. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Alrighty. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, let's talk about that final corner with Sainz and Hamilton, man. That was one of the most coolest freaking badass things I've ever seen, dude. Like, I didn't re-look that back up, but did they give Sainz a penalty for that? I know they were talking about it on the broadcast that it was going to go.
I don't think so. I don't think they did.
God, that when Crofty or whatever Brundle said that, I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like,
for real.
Damn, bro. Freaking cancer. That was so freaking cool, dude. It's like Sainz sent it into the corner. Hamilton saw it coming. Sainz leaned on him a little bit, but then when he realized it wasn't going to happen, he conceded the position. But them sliding through the corner was just one of the coolest things I've ever seen, dude. Like, the fact that they both didn't wreck their race car. I mean, I was like, dude, use that as a promo for next week, man. Like, that was sick. Like, that was badass. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Alex Albon, P5. You said it, Tom. You said Williams is going to win a race this year, dude.
I did say that, yeah.
You called
it. Look, man, they look so damn sporty out there. Like, let's be honest. I mean, whatever they got going on now, look, they even announced that they canceled progression for their 2025 car, which freaking blows my mind, man. Like, they canceled progression for their 2025 car and they're finishing P5, P6, P7 every race. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they continued development for this car?
That's unbelievable. Well, that's what happens when you have 2 A drivers on your team.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Carlos
when's the last
Sainz,
time that happened at Williams, man? Man, it's been forever.
Yeah, like we're talking about like
90s.
Your car on the table, like time frame.
Yeah, that era, right there. Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean that's a great point too. But like, man, they could literally be contenders for race wins on a regular basis if they continue development with this car. Hopefully their 2026 car is kick ass because I'd love to see Williams back up front. I think that'd be super dope.
They got to retain the talent though, because somebody comes scooping up Sainz or Albon, they're gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
They're gonna be back to starting at square one.
Yeah,
I think you're right, dude. I mean, we still got Baku, still got Vegas is kind of a wild card at this point. We know that Sao Paulo's a little bit of a wild card. There's a few races I could see some stuff happening. Even Zandvoort, I mean, has kind of become a wild card race every once in a while as well, depending on whether weather or something comes into play. But I think it's a possibility. I'm not going to count it out. I've seen crazier things happen in motorsports, so I would love to see it, dude. That'd be badass. Imagine if Sainz wins in a Williams, like that would just solidify it for me, because I already think he's one of the top 5 drivers in F1. I think he's probably top 3.
He is.
Yeah,
for sure, he is.
All right, let's go over point standings for F1. Piastri 16-point lead over Norris and a 32-point over Verstappen. Constructors is no point of talking about because I think McLaren. I think it's wraps, to be honest with you. I just do.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah. We already went over IndyCar points with you guys. Let's go over the final race of the weekend, which is one that I didn't start watching till the final stage restart because of all the other awesome racing. But when I turned it on, they had a race recap of everything that happened in stage 2, and I felt like I missed nothing. The same old. Hamlin blows a motor. Chase Briscoe wrecks. Josh Berry wrecks from the lead. Nothing surprising. Final stage is an absolute fucking shit show wreck fest that I couldn't even watch. I don't think there's anything else I could say about it besides that by being nice. And then McDowell almost shocks the world. Oh, you know how pissed off I was when I saw him wreck.
I mean,
I was heartbroken.
if you see the whole sequence of the freaking crash, man, as soon as somebody went up in front of him, he just lost the car. I mean, I mean, for the trillionth time here, these cars are ass. Just put them back out in the pasture, man. Just start over again. Actually, you don't even need to start over. Take the Xfinity car, give them 850 horsepower, and there you go. You got a freaking awesome Cup car.
And you're still building those cars today. It's not that hard.
Look, you could change the bodies on it too. It won't change much.
No.
You still got the truck arm rear suspension set up with the solid rear axle. You got the independent front, and you got 850 horsepower.
Yep.
Honestly, what more can you ask for?
Can't ask for anything more than that, especially with the tires.
Honestly,
with the narrow tires, softer tires.
Yeah.
I mean, we see in the Xfinity race, we see tire wear be way more prevalent. I mean, you wouldn't have to do much, especially when you increase the horsepower. It's just going to increase tire wear anyway. And the best part about the Xfinity cars is the leading car is always at a disadvantage anyway with the aero. But with the next gen cars, it's just the opposite. It's just you see it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that shit. It's just I just can't stand NASCAR. I think it sucks. I there's nothing about NASCAR. I mean, if McDowell wasn't up there battling at the end, I don't think I would have watched the end of that race, Tom. Actually, I know for a fact I would not have watched the end of that race.
I didn't. I mean, McDowell was out front. I didn't watch the end of the race.
I stuck around for McDowell. That's the only reason. And then once McDowell wrecked, I turned it off, and then I went and looked at the results, and Logano won, which shocker, you know. But
whatever.
Series sucks. The broadcast sucks. The format sucks. I mean, the same routine that we go through every week. There's nothing more to talk about.
No, there's really not.
Alrighty. Let's just go over point standings after this weekend. Byron, 31-point lead over Larson, 52-point lead over Hamlin. Actually, that's incorrect. I never updated those. So don't take those to heart. That's how little I cared about NASCAR. I didn't even update the points. I didn't even bother to look. I just went on there, looked at my fantasy, and then I set my lineup for this weekend, and that was all I did. All right. One more thing I do want to talk about Formula E real quick. By God, man. What? It was just a breath of fresh air. I've watched Formula E in the past, and I know that it's entertaining racing because they have so many different strategies. They kind of got that gimmick where you get the extra minute and a half of boost or whatever that you get when you go through a certain zone. You get a few uses per race, but holy cow, dude. I think at Monaco, there was 8 lead changes in the final 6 laps of that race, dude. At Monaco in Formula cars. Dude, that was freaking awesome to watch, dude. I didn't even want to turn. When the race ended, I was like, damn, dude, that sucks. I wanted another 15 laps of that. That was so much fun to watch, man. I enjoyed that. So, I don't know when the next Formula E race is, but I might have to start watching it on a more of a regular basis because I enjoyed the hell out of that. Especially Monaco. Monaco, we know, at least over the last, 15 years, Tom, it's been basically no passes, in Formula One. And then to watch a Monaco race with 6 laps to go and there's 8 lead changes, it's holy shit, man. What more could you want? That's the Monaco we want out of Formula One. It's awesome. All right. Drivers of the week, Rinus VK, P4, career race. Evagoras Papasavas, say that 8 times fast, P2 in his debut in Indy NXT. And then Alex Albon, P5 in a Williams in F1. Boneheads of the week, Gio Ruggiero, his gas up crash in the Truck Series. Justin Allgaier runs over Chris Wright from the lead in the Xfinity Series. And Liam Lawson bulldozes Fernando Alonso, really just being a bulldozer all weekend long. All right, now let's make our picks and previews for this weekend's races. Month of May continues on, boys. We're going to keep on rolling. We got ARCA Trucks and Cup at Kansas, Indy and Indy NXT at the Indy Road Course, and the World Endurance Championship at Spa for the 6-hour race, and IMSA and the Pilot Challenge Series at Laguna Seca. All right, ARCA. Notable entries. Star Poli, the number 17 Toyota this weekend. Sawalich with JGR in the 18, and then Spencer Gallagher back in the number 23. Brandon Jones will be in the number 1 Tricon truck. William Byron and Hosen Karsavar will be in the Spire trucks. And then Luke Baldwin with Thor Sport in the 66. And then Jesse Love and Corey Heim both making Cup starts this weekend, respectively, with RCR and 2311. All right, Tom, let's get into it. Friday, the ARCA Series, the Tide 150 at Kansas. I'm going to go with Brendan Queen this weekend. I think he's going to get himself back on track. He's had a couple weird races where he lost one at Phoenix in some weird scenario. Then he had some bad luck at Talladega. I think he gets back on the right track this weekend. He gets back in victory lane and fights for this championship. And then my dark horse, it's always going to be Andy Jesus. Put that skinny pedal to the floorboards. He ain't lifting until he sees Jesus or that checker flag.
Hell yeah, brother. For my favorite, I'm gonna go with Sawalich. I just think that him jumping in that JGR car, going back to the ARCA series, it's just gonna be his playground here. So, I think that, I think honestly, he's just gonna dominate. I really do. I think he's just gonna kick ass and just kill the field. I really do. Then for my dark horse, I'm going to Andy Jesus as well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
All right. And then on Friday, we got a double header for the Indy NXT this weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the road course. I'm going to just do picks for both races, Tom, here in one go because I think they're both the same. I'm going with Dennis Hauger to win. I think he dominates. I mean, I'm taking the low-hanging fruit. I don't think it's even questionable. And then I'm going to go with Miles Rowe. I'm a big fan of this guy. I've watched him through the USF Pro 2000 stuff. His rookie year was last year in Indy NXT. It started off the season in an absolute banger. He was right up there with Louis Foster, Jacob Abel, Kyle Collette early in the championship battle. End of the season, had a lot of DNFs, a lot of troubles. This year, he started off like he did early 2024. I think his time's coming. Miles Rowe is going to win a race in Indy NXT this year. Somehow, some way, he will best Hauger. Why not this weekend? Great dark horse pick.
All right, my favorite. I'm taking the low-hanging fruit too. I mean, it's going to be Dennis Hauger. I really need to explain. Yeah. All right. For my dark horse, and I don't actually know if he's racing this weekend or not, but I'm going to take the off chance that he is. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
Papua Vasavis.
Papua New Guinea. There's a new nickname. I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that guy. I do hope he is racing. I hope he turned some heads while he was at Barber, and they changed their minds. So, in fact, I didn't even know that the dude was a race car driver until Barber came around. So, I hope he continues to be a race car driver.
He's got a great name for it, dude. Like, honestly, like, even not just the merch sales, bro. We could call him Big Daddy, you know?
Big Daddy Papa.
Big Daddy Papa New Guinea. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Big Daddy Papa New Guinea. Oh, man. Alrighty. Nice. All right, let's do the Truck Series next on Saturday, the Heart of America 200. It's going to be another dominant performance. It's going to be another ass whooping. Ole Yeller better be in hiding. It's going to be a Corey Heim time show. And then my dark horse, I'm going Caden Honeycutt again, man. Dude, one of these weeks, dude, he's going to win a race. Like, it's not like if, you know, it's the when. And I think maybe this weekend, Kansas is a great track for him. He had great runs the last couple of years. And then I'm going to throw out one other name just because I feel like I should, but we got to give Rajah Cruz some credit here. This is probably his best track in the entire Truck Series calendar. He's had great runs here. Some pretty bad misfortunes here. I would look for Rajah Cruz to maybe be a potential spoiler this weekend as well.
All right, so for my favorite, I'm going to take my usual. I'm going Enfinger Muniz again. I got a breath of fresh air with Muniz at Texas. Like Jay said during the race review, hopefully he can bring a little bit more, or maybe unrealized passion back to the track and just get it done in Kansas. I think it'd be a great track for him. I think that this is one of those racetracks where, you know, we'll probably see a pretty big pileup, and Muniz could take advantage of that. So I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah. I like those picks. All right, and then for the Michelin Pilot Challenge, I don't know. I'm just gonna go BMW number 39 to win in Grand Sport. I feel like BMW at Laguna Seca is a good combo this weekend. And then for my dark horse, I'll just take Porsche in the 17. Basically just because they're drivers with Taylor and now I'm blanking on the second guy. But they made the step up from TCR. They're figuring out these Grand Sport cars. I think it's a matter of time before they find victory lane. And then
Jay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I didn't make picks, brother.
okay, that's fine.
I didn't.
Well, TCR ain't much different. I'm gonna go with obviously. I always go for the Herta Autosport team and the number 98 this weekend. And then I'm just gonna throw the Cupra in for my dark horse because holy shit, that car is a fucking piece of shit, basically. And
Dude, it's like a 1983 Toyota Tercel going down the road, like all clapped out. It's been through like 3 high school seniors. Like that thing is crazy ass. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm taking my dark horse solely. I'm taking my favorite solely on that car, man. Like, if that car can just like finish, you know, in the if it could get a top 5, dude, that'd be like when you're in high school and you know your dad's got some of that Foster's Best beer in his fridge, like you steal that and you run out in your Tercel and you go meet your friends in the freaking field to go drink some beer. That's what it would be like. Like I'm all about it.
I am too, man. That's funny. It's been through 3 high school seniors and 4 bad proms or great proms, depending on what perspective you're in. Oh, that's funny.
Back seat is clapped out, bro.
It's gone. There's much cushion left back there. Oh man, that's funny. Alrighty, IndyCar. We'll do the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. This will be on Saturday. I'm going Plo. That's just it. It's Plo. I did say, watch out for Lundgaard this weekend. This could be the one where he finally gets a win. He's won here, or he's had great success here in the past. I don't think he's won here, but he's had great runs here in the past. He's in better equipment, way more experience now. Watch out for Lundgaard, but Plo will win this weekend and go 4 out of 5. I already said it. He's going to sweep the month of May. I have a great feeling about it. And then my dark horse, I'm going with Felix Rosenqvist again. I know Barber wasn't a good run. They didn't qualify very well, but I do love the direction that Meyer Shank is going right now. They interviewed Mike Shank in the warm-up, and some of the things he was talking about and some of the changes they've made during the offseason, some of the movements they've made, some of the development they've had on their side, especially with the Ganassi cars. They've had their cars look better. Their cars look nicer now. All the engineering that's gone into it. I just like the direction Meyer Shank is going in right now. I like the optimism from the team owner, just from listening to him with that 15-minute segment. And I'm just sold on Rosenqvist, and I think he's gonna have a great run this weekend.
Yeah, so I'm taking Plo as well for my favorite. I mean, he's my driver. He's been my driver since like 2020, so I'm still taking him before his championships. Okay, and then for my dark horse, I'm going with Malukas because I'm still on that Malukas tour. Now, Jay, you said something about Lundgaard. I truly think the driver you need to be looking for this weekend, and this is not biased, this is completely based on previous finishes and what he's been able to do in this race, it's Will Power.
Yeah.
You got to look out for that guy. Will Power has been on one this year with terrible qualifying results. If he can qualify good and stay up towards the front, if he starts at least 10th, you better watch the F out because that guy can and will win the race. I honestly think so. I mean, this track is Plo's one trick pony here. I'm I said Power, right? Yeah, I meant to say Power. But yeah, you got to look out for Power. Power is going to be on one this weekend.
I like that. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if he starts knocking off some wins here soon. He still has it, man. He does. Alrighty. And then this Sunday, man, am I excited for this race. I'm going to have to renew my damn freaking subscription to Max, Tom. I went on that rant a couple weeks ago. I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and get her bought again. Dang it. But it'll be the World Endurance Championships, the 6 hours of Spa, which I consider, other than Le Mans, to be the other marquee event on the World Endurance Championship calendar. I love this race. I love Spa. I think it's a good F1 track, but I think it is built specifically with sports cars in mind. I think it's just I think they should do a 24-hour race at Spa with the IMSA and wet cars, so like a prelude to Le Mans, or maybe even do it later in the year, and have another 24-hour race at the end of the year. I think it would be freaking awesome. I love this race. The last few years have been thriller, banger races, and all of my heart, Tom, wants to take Toyota. All of my heart wants to take Toyota because the FIA hates them, dude. The FIA absolutely hates them.
Yeah,
Tom, graciously, I was looking for it earlier, and I went right onto the Discord, which Tom got the BOPs posted before I could find them, which is freaking awesome. So awesome, thanks, Tom. Reading through them, and guess what? The FIA still hates Toyota, bro. They still hate them. Toyota gets hit, Ferrari gets hit, BMW gets hit. I understand Ferrari, makes a lot of sense, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, let's just kind of lax these BOPs a little bit. Let's let these damn teams compete, But we're not going to get that. And with that being said, I'm not taking Toyota because they just got absolutely abraded again, like they always do. I'm going Ferrari again. Ferrari's untouchable this year. I don't see a track or a pathway for any team to actually catch them. I'm still going to save Porsche for the 24-hour Le Mans. I still think that Penske's going to, he's going to probably go to some like Bohemian Grove type shit or some freaking Vatican underground alien tunnels or something to find a way to win freaking 24-hour Le Mans once in his lifetime. So I'll stick and save them for that, but I'm going Ferrari this weekend. Shorter race, 6 hours. I just have a good feeling about Ferrari this weekend. And then my dark horse, I'm going to go with the number 36 with Jules Gounon, Mick Schumacher. I've been really impressed with this Alpine team. I mean, they have had more pace this year at the beginning of the year than I really expected. I mean, they had that one good 4-hour stint there at Le Mans last year, and I almost lost my marbles, and I still am kind of riding that wave and that high of emotion that I felt in those 4 hours sitting here glued to my TV. But I didn't expect them to come out with this much speed this year, Tom, and they have got some speed. They've got good driver lineups at both cars. I like the lineup of the 36 a little bit better with Jules Gounon. I just think is an amazing closer of a driver. I mean, I've seen what he's been able to do like Bathurst and the GT3 cars and stuff, and I'm just really a fan of him. So I'll take the number 36 Alpine this weekend. Maybe they could shake some things up. Maybe we'll get some more of that Joda crime, some little bit of incest, hypercar action. And maybe Ferrari just doesn't have the pace this weekend. Maybe the BOP hits them harder than expected. So I think it's going to be great.
You know what, Jay? I doubt it because Ferrari is still going to be up on top. I can... Let's guarantee it here. Ferrari's still going to win this race, okay? Let's guarantee it. Let's do it. All right? Because I'm taking the number 83 Ferrari. I mean, it's just a no... It's a no freaking brainer, right? It's just... Ferrari being, it is Ferrari's year. It's Ferrari's year in WEC. It is. It's just like how Porsches with IMSA and McLaren with F1 and Pilot with IndyCar, and it's the same recurring theme here. So I'm taking the 83 for my dark horse. I'm gonna do it for the rest of my life until they win a freaking race. It's the 93 Peugeot. Rear wing or no rear wing, I don't care. We're going to win a damn race before I take him off my dark horse list.
Hell yeah. I love it. Oh, man. I think it's going to be a great race, dude. I think it's going to be a lot of drama in this race. It always does, dude. Spa always creates... I still remember that a couple years ago when the van wall just absolutely ate shit down that back straightaway. It took out a couple of GT3. I mean, just some of the... And then you had the battle of GT3 with the Mantis, like the two Leaves cars, and the one car's running out of gas, and the other car's trying... That was just insane racing there at Spa. And with that being said, for LMGT3, I'm going to go with the number 33 Cadillac, or Corvette. This team's been really good this year. Their the first opening round at Qatar had so much issues, fought themselves back to win. They didn't really have that same success in the second race. I think this track is going to be a little bit more to their favor. The Corvettes, their BOPs seem like they're pretty balanced compared to everybody else this year, and I feel like the drivers alone are going to carry this team. That's what I'm going to go with. But for my dark horse, dude, I swear to God, we're going to have the second coming of Christ when he finally wins a freaking race, bro. I am the biggest Valentino Rossi fan. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You can shit talk him on the internet. I will fight you. I think he is the most entertaining driver on planet Earth. I mean, what he can do behind the wheel of a race car, I sit with my jaw open. I'm just like, holy shit, that just happened. I mean, I'm honestly thinking about it, Tom. I should just make a freaking highlight montage of Valentino Rossi and GT3 cars on this freaking channel in the next week or two, because this dude is an absolute legend. And like I always say, if his teammates can hold their shit together, it'll all be all right. Although last race, granted, he was the one that kind of did the shitting and kind of fucked the race up for that team. But he qualified on pole in that last race. If I think he just got over his head. Was not used to running up front. He's used to freaking having to pass 18 cars a race. And when he didn't have to do that, he just decided he's going to run over a lapper. And that's what he did. And so it cost him the win. I think he gets redemption. And Valentino Rossi isn't going to have to pass 18 cars to win this race. He qualified on pole, and he's going to win this damn thing. That's my dark horse pick because they haven't won a race, but I think he's going to win the race.
Hell yeah.
That was long-winded for
nothing. Okay, so for my favorite for LMGT3, I'm taking the 78 Lexus, currently P2 in points. I feel like is one of the only cars that can take it to Corvette for the upcoming rounds. I think it'd just be pretty cool to see the Lexus, taking it to the Corvette. I want the Corvette to win, like, don't get me wrong, but I like to see a little bit of that drama, And then for my dark horse, everything Jay said, the 46 BMW, especially Valentino Rossi, just a freaking blast to watch. It's a damn shame, maybe not, that he raced motorcycles his entire career, but like, shit, he's so much more fun to watch in GT3 cars, man. I'm telling you, that shit is awesome. It's like crack cocaine, dude. It's just like you can't get enough of it. And then, like, when you don't see it for a while, you're like, oh, man, I mean, when's the next WEC race, man? It's just like, fucking, when is it coming on? And then, like, you're watching the race, and you're, like, completely calm. You're just analyzing everything that's going on, and then it ends, and you're like, shit, I need some more. Like,
oh,
yeah, that's Valentino Rossi effect.
They need to do what they do with Cletus when he runs the ARC race. They need to just have an onboard freaking cam of Valentino Rossi. Yeah. Not put it on him, but like put it on his like dash where we could just watch from his bird's eye view of the entire race. And I guarantee you, I wouldn't even watch the broadcast. I would be watching that instead because they need to have a floating cam where if it gets dull at any point of the race, just let's flip to Valentino Rossi and see who the hell he's doing a crossover move, 3 wide to the bottom, slide job, freaking darting and diving through traffic, just door banging with a hypercar while drifting through the center of the corner. I mean, I'm telling you, bro. I mean, it just makes me jittery thinking about it, dude. Oh, man. And I do like that pick with Lexus. I think the Lexus has showed a lot of pace. And also the McLarens. I mean, the first round, they were unstoppable. Second round, they were not. So it's like, I don't know what to think about McLaren. It's still early. This is kind of the prelude to Le Mans right here, Tom, in my opinion. Spa is like, this is like, you got to have their best stuff now because Le Mans is only a month away, So this is do or die now for these teams. All right, next is IMSA, which is awesome more sports car racing at Laguna Seca. And like I said with Spa, Laguna Seca is made for sports car racing. Like, it is a sports car track. Always puts on a good show. I love watching those hypercars try to pass GT3s through the corkscrew. It's so much freaking fun. And with that being said, like I said with Ferrari, dude, Porsche is absolutely annihilating the field. I think Nick Tandy this year is like on an absolute another level. I mean, it like I say about we say about Alex Palou with IndyCar, like Nick Tandy is having like that dominant season we'd never see. Like, he is Mr. Sports Car. Like, he is. I think when it's all said and done, Nick Tandy will be the greatest of all time in sports car racing. I mean, you could say what you want to say about Christensen and all of his Le Mans wins and all that, but Nick Tandy's done something nobody has ever done, and I don't think anybody will ever do again with the accolades that he has to his name in sports car racing. So at number 7, Porsche is just going to light him up. I mean, you got Nick Tandy, who's the GOAT, and then you got Nasser, who's become probably the greatest closer in sports car racing in a second stint. I mean, they're unstoppable. They're not going to get beat this weekend. Let's just say that. And then my dark horse, Proton, again, is not on the entry list for
it's not?
Laguna. I know. I'm freaking heartbroken about it. Where did Proton go? I mean, I know they're running in the World Dirt Championship with the 99 machine, but they're not racing again this weekend. So what's the next best dark horse you can go for? That would be the JDC Miller team.
JDC, yep.
So I'm taking them this weekend.
Oh, damn, dude. I was really hoping that they were there.
That's 2 races now they've sat out. I don't know if they're just
Yeah.
doing the endurance rounds this year or not. They never said anything during the offseason.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
All right. I have the exact same picks as Jay. I mean, I had the number 5 Proton, but, I'm switching it to the 85 JDC. So, yeah, everything Jay said. That's what I got, too.
Hell yeah. Great minds think alike. All right. Then for GTD Pro, I'm going with Turbo Tommy Milner. Double birds in the air, buddy. Let's go Corvette. Let's go Turbo Tommy. Let's get that dub this weekend. And then my dark horse, I'm going to go with the number 14 Vassy. I mean, we've seen glimpses. We've seen the struggles. We've seen the highs, the lows, everything in between. That 14 team is in hurting trouble right now. I don't know what else to say, man. Just pray for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. All right. For my favorite, I'm going with the points leader, baby. That's the number 65 Ford. All right. We won at Daytona. Did pretty good at the next race. And leading the points as a Ford right now, especially in that bulky ass Mustang that they got, is actually quite incredible in my opinion. For them to be doing that, especially all the shit talking I did in the off season and last year.
Oh, I know.
So here I am eating crow, taking them as my favorite. So, and then for my dark horse, I'm doing it as well until they get that damn thing fixed. Although I did see, Lexus got a new car on track. They had it all wrapped up in their black and white camo. So direct, replacement is being tested right now, which I'm really excited for. But I'm also taking the 14 Vassy.
Alrighty. And then for GTD, not like the 14 Vassy. The 12 Vassy is the only sign of life that we have. They are on life support. They damn near won at Sebring until that move at the end with the Windward team kind of took that win away from them. But Jack Hawksworth is an exceptional driver. They had the pace at Long Beach, which was super impressive. Unfortunately, strategized themselves out of the win. I think they get some redemption, Tom. I think the 12 team's the team to beat. And I'm a huge fan of this Parker Thompson, too. This man was in a freaking spotter stand like 3 years ago, and now he's like the premier driver on this 12 car. So I think they have a great opportunity this weekend to get the win. And then my dark horse, I'm going with the number 36 because of my boy, Robert Wickens, man. Still with the hand controls, working that Corvette, number 36. Got a different teammate this weekend because Milner's got his priorities. Got to get back to that manufacturer team. But I'm just a huge fan of Robert Wickens. His goal is to get back to the Indy 500 someday. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for it. I want to see it happen one more time for that guy. He's an exceptional driver, exceptional human being. He is right there with the team, with the development. He's in the sim. He's helping the hand control group that's designing the hand controls. He's with them step by step. I just would love to see him get a great result this weekend. When he almost had it at Long Beach. Redemption, dude. He's like, man, that's inspirational. Look at Blaney, man.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take the same picks as Jay. I already had the same picks except for my dark horse. I was going to take the off chance with the Iron Dames, but you can't pass up a chance with Robert Wickens. Look, I was there in 2018 at Pocono, working for an IndyCar team when I heard that crash happen. And it was absolutely insane. In fact, it was a really dark day. When they put the tarp over that car, I was like, oh my God. This is terrible. To even hear that he survived that absolutely blew my mind. I've been a Robert Wicken fan ever since that day. So I'm going to go with the 36 of Corvette as well. Yeah, I am.
Alrighty. All right, one more last race to pick, and it is that race that races on Sundays that nobody really cares about, except for the 36 million drunken rednecks on the planet of Earth. It is the Cup Series, the Advent L400. I'm just going to go simple and short with this. I think Hamlin wins the race. He's pretty damn unstoppable this year. And I'm gonna say watch out for Bubba as my dark horse. I think Bubba's won here in the past. This is probably his best track. 2311 cars are quick. Bubba's having probably a career year quietly. I mean, if you look at the points, he's quietly having a career year. Um, why not him? Why not him win this weekend as well?
All right. So for my favorite, for this race, I'm taking old Tyler Reddick. Because 2311 is pretty dominant here.
Facts.
Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty.
Dark horse.
Yeah, I was about to
Or
say.
no, you go.
I just went dark horse. I went Bubba.
Oh shit, my bad. Dark horse. I'm going Bubba as well because 2311. I mean, that's literally why. That's it.
There it is. All right, last little bit here. We got the fantasy for this weekend. My 5-driver lineup. I'm gonna go Reddick, Bubba, Bowman, Gibbs, Busher. I'm just trying to go through some uses, and I don't know. We'll just go through that team. I like it.
I've got Reddick, I've got Bubba, I've got Hamlin, Bell, and Hung Money.
Hung money. Alrighty. Matchups. We got Bubba versus Bowman. I'm gonna go Bubba. No comment.
Yeah, I'd say.
All right. Next is Red Dick versus Soy Boy. Chastain. I'm gonna go Red.
Dude, that's like a match made in heaven.
It is,
right
dude.
There.
It is.
I'm doing the same thing, by the way. I'm not changing it.
All right. The next one is Logano and Elliott. I'm gonna go Logano.
Same.
And then the last matchup, which I think is the best matchup of all, because this I think is a coin flip. Hamlin and Bell. I had a feeling Tom was going to take Bell, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go Hamlin. Even though all of my heart and instincts and logic point to Bell here, I'm just going to go Hamlin. I did pick him to win the race. I'm going to just kind of piggyback off that.
Yeah, I took Bell. Jay's right.
When I saw that matchup, I was like, man, this is a good one because I know Tom's taking Bell. I'm going to do the different. I'm going to go opposite here. Alrighty. That'll do it. Another great podcast in the books here on a Tuesday. Went a little bit. Well, I guess we went just a little bit longer. I usually try to shoot for an hour and a half. Man, month of May's fun, Tom. I mean, we just feels like we have just like 5-6 races a day, just all weekend, man. This is the best time of year. I don't think there's any other time of the year where I'm just like this giddy, Like I just like I work on the weekdays, and then I'm like. And the weekends, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this weekend's Wreck-It Spa, dude. And then Laguna Seca, and with some more sports cars. And then IndyCar's in Indianapolis right now, dude. It doesn't get better than this in life, dude. I mean, and the racing's been fantastic, dude. I know we said it last year. The golden era of motorsports is 2024. I think 2025, bro. I mean, the only bad series we have right now is NASCAR. Everything else is like freaking peak. I mean, we've got a lot of dominance, right, at the top of the points, but it's been good racing. Like, it's not like it's bored. Like you said with the Pelot thing, like sitting back and admiring dominance is just cool. Like, especially in modern racing, or it feels like dominance is like a thing of the past. It's refreshing to kind of see teams and drivers just, take it to that next peak level, and you just sit back and admire it. And then to see like great stories as underdogs, like battling themselves up into points and having good results. It's just, I just think we have a great month of May in store, dude. It's already kicked off amazing.
And to add to that too, we've never been in an era of racing where everything was so regulated and so close together.
Exactly.
So when you see dominance like this, it's not like the dominance that we saw in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s. It's not the same. It's not the same at all, because every one of those dominant eras there was because of a rulebook mishap. There are no more rulebook mishaps, right? Racing, the people, the racing corporations, man, they've gotten a lot smarter since then. And they've started to close all these loopholes. There's hardly any more loopholes anymore. Even if you find a loophole, you're going to get fined, docked points, driver fine, team fine. Like, there's no point in doing it. It's not worth the race win. So, like, we're in such a different era of racing right now, where everything is so close, where everything is the same, that it truly is like meant for driver capability. Like to watch what Pillow did this weekend, freaking blows my mind. Like who could actually do that? Truly.
It's all
Maybe Max
a
Verstappen.
handful of drivers.
Yeah, Max Verstappen uh, I mean, I guess you could argue like Lewis Hamilton in some of his peak times. I don't think Lewis was ever as good as Max. But Scott Dixon maybe, Scott Pruitt maybe. Um
I mean, the list is running thin. I mean, it really is.
I'm telling you, like,
Yeah. I mean, Ayrton Senna, maybe. Maybe
you
one.
can't even say Jimmy Johnson, man, because
No.
Jimmy Johnson was still part of that era where the rule book was open.
Yeah.
Like when he won all those championships, man, like the rule book was still pretty open, especially with how they were doglegging the cars going down the straightaways. Like that was a rule book exception, So like, who?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't think there's really much more to that list. I mean, I think, like I said, just a handful of drivers. I mean,
Yeah,
Nick Tandy right now in his prime.
Tandy. Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
Tandy.
that's
Hey, really? I don't think there's a lot others, man. Uh
it's
uh
unbelievable.
I don't
And the
think so.
creativity too with these teams, because it's all the racing now is just strategy and when you pit and what tire compound you take and what you do on the setup before the race. And then even in sports car racing, like the BOPs, how do you work around the BOPs? Like you're gonna
Yeah,
get a weight added to you, a power unit reduction. It's like, how do we maximize our car with these BOPs and then be able to like just the brains in racing now, it just seems so much more. And then all the data that these teams have now, like trying to find tents and like all this data there. I mean, we are in the golden era of motorsports, guys. It really is. Like this season has really opened my eyes to it for sure. And I'm loving it, dude. I'm just absolutely loving it,
yeah,
man. I'm a fat kid in a candy store this year, man. It's been fun. Um,
yep.
I'm just so excited, dude. It's month of May. It's all of this is the lead up for that Memorial Day weekend with the triple header of races, and like all the it's just the build up. And then you get all these cool races before then, that builds up and leads into it. And then obviously kind of I feel like Le Mans kind of caps off like the entire month or the entire motorsports part of the year, and then after that it kind of dwindles down until we get to like more of the championship battles and stuff. But man, it's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying the racing as much as we are. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching after the fact. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We're here every Tuesday. Like I said, we have watch parties on Memorial Day. We're planning on doing another Merry Motorsports Day here on the channel. Are going to try and do all 3 races in one watch party, from Monaco for F1 to Indy 500 with Indy cars, and then the Cup Series and the World 600. That was a lot of fun last year. We're going to try and do that again. Um, Lots of cool things, man, to look forward to on this channel over the next month and a half or so with all these awesome races happening worldwide. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. I just posted, Tom, that photo of us in costume at Talladega. This is Talladega. I posted that on our Instagram, posted it on our community page on YouTube. Tom's got it in our Discord. Iconic moment. And then once we compile some more of this footage, I'm gonna try and sit down and make a cool compilation video of everything happening at Talladega. So you guys are gonna want to subscribe to our Patreon if you guys want to see all the cool funs and happenings from Talladega. Also, if you guys want to support our channel, go check out our merch store. Go buy you some Dega Boys swag. It's good quality merch for a low price. It helps support us. It helps us continue to make this content for you guys here on YouTube. Um, Also, if you guys want to join the best motorsports community on the world, you can do that. The link is in the description below to our Discord channel. All of the rumors, news, drama, everything motorsports related from all around the world right here on our Discord. Come in, post your own news information, interact in the chats. We have a fun time, have a blast, post all the memes. It's just, you can scroll through our Discord for hours and just laugh and have a great time. It's so much fun. So join our Discord. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on our broadcast today. And chaps, we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.
You